So welcome, ladies and gents, and welcome back to another Manchester United video. We're going to be going on social media. That's right, today we're going to be looking at what people have to say after that performance against Atletico Madrid. It wasn't a bad performance, that's the thing. There was problems which ultimately cost us the game, and we're going to look at them. But when you look at the match stats themselves right here, we controlled the game. Like, we had chances. Oblak made a few great saves. The referee was absolutely diabolical. In fact, I believe in 30 minutes of play in the second half, only 11 were counted for actually playing football. The other, 19 minutes was people crying on the floor, whining. Pathetic, but that's what you're going to get. Atletico Madrid are that type of team where they're going to dive deep, get down and dirty with it. And if it means ultimately, I'm not going to say the word, but I will say it, cheat a little bit, then they'll go ahead and do that. I'm not saying they were cheating. I'm saying as a whole, like if a foul's committed, oh, we've got to spend a month on the floor crying. But then again, I've seen Bruno Fernandes do this time and time again. It annoys me. I don't like it. I think the referee yesterday, he did let the game play at times, which was good, but he just wasn't consistently good enough. And some of the decisions he gave were shambolic. But I'm not going to blame it on the ref. We had 90 minutes to ultimately win this game. It didn't happen. And once again, defensively, not good enough. I put out a tweet yesterday saying defensively, we're not good enough. And attackingly, we're not consistent enough. And that ultimately is the whole season. We can rarely go a game without conceding a goal. That's the main problem we have right now. It's not, forget the forwards, forget attacking. If you can't keep a clean sheet, you're going to have a nightmare, right? You can score a goal and not concede and win by a goal to nil. But if you concede that goal, it's an uphill battle, which is exactly what yesterday was. So let's go over to Twitter itself real quickly and have a look at what is going on. In fact, the first thing that I did want to do was there was a tweet. Well, this one, the last time Man United won a trophy. Yes, that's right. Jose Mourinho was the manager, can you believe? That's when we won the Europa League. And since then, back in 2017? I don't even know. I don't even want to know what our statistics are for, the Champions League. I mean, I don't think we've got further than... Have we done the quarterfinals? I know we've been out in the round of 16, but I don't even know if we've got to the quarterfinals. There was something about Simeone, and we're going to talk about the defending here as well. I mean, look at it. It's just, this is the problem we have. Ralph Rangnick or not, Solskjaer, all of the managers we've had. I mean, this is just basic fundamentals of the game, learning to defend. And from the looks of it, we just can't. We can't defend to save our life. Man United cannot change their stance on Erik ten Hag after Ajax's shock defeat. I mean, they lost as well. Ajax out to Benfica. So there you go. There's talk about Man United looking at Thomas Tuchel and his situation. And honestly, I wouldn't be against that. But at this point, I keep saying it. This is bigger than the manager. There's no point going on about, oh, we could bring in Mr. Bean for all I care. Mr. Blobby. Probably do the same job with a bunch of players that we have. Right, this is the thing I want to talk about first of all. Manchester United are looking for fans who threw objects at Simeone. They face a stadium ban. And rightly so. I can't stand that stuff. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you support. Grow up. This is a sport at the end of the day. These are human beings. And throwing stuff at someone just because you lost it's childish. I don't like it. I don't care who you are, as I say. So yeah, doing that stuff to Diego Simeone, pathetic and not needed. And I hope they do get a ban. Could this be the answer to Manchester United's problems after another trophyless season? And I'll tell you this in one word, and it's a big fat no. No, he may help. Don't get me wrong. I think Harry Kane is a quality centre forward and a very good playmaker as well. He's probably one of the very few centre forwards that has phenomenal technique at just spraying the ball around. He can hit, a 60, 70, 80-yard pass, no problem. And he can also finish. But the problem isn't up top, folks. It's down the bottom. That's right. It's defending as a unit. It's defending as a whole. And I'm going to show you right now, one of the main problems right here. I mean, look at the state of that. This right here, this person right here, this guy, is Harry Maguire, our captain, who has decided to completely shaft the back line. All these three, fantastic. They're in a line. They're in sync. But Harry Maguire then decides to pull out, which now gives a nice hole right there to put that ball through. Then the ball was fired towards the back stick. And I believe they put the ball in the back of the net. So there's the problem right there. It's finding a centre-back like Harry Maguire who just, I don't understand what he does. I mean, there was another time yesterday where the ball came out. It was looping high. And he decided to head it just straight back into the opponent's half. To no one, ultimately. When any other top-quality centre-back, you know, Van Dijk, or you had Ruben Diaz, or Silva, anyone, honestly, any half-decent centre-back with a bit of confidence on the chest, get the ball down, regain possession, and then start working it about. Not just lofting a header to absolutely no one. And I don't know if it is Harry Maguire's level of confidence that's been shot right now. He's had probably the worst season of his career. I don't think anyone can dispute that. And if you do dispute that, that's fine. You can have your own opinions. I will tell you I think you're wrong. But he's had an absolutely diabolical season. And another player is, of course, you know, Marcus Rashford. I mean, here's an example of people saying it wasn't Maguire's fault. Well, the problem was Maguire peeled out. Actually, I don't think that conceded the goal in that time. But either way, the problem isn't Maguire here because you can see him, you know, he's not really marking the guy behind him. I don't really know who he's... You mark goal side, so he should be, you know, level with the centre forward. Dalot should be telling McTominay at this point. This is what should have stemmed out right now. Maguire should be covering him, McTominay should be peeling there, and Dalot should be covering this guy. But no communication. They are all ball watching. The one ball right there. And that ball swung in towards the back stick. Dalot doesn't see him. And then, you know, Lodi puts it in the back of the net. It's communication. It's crap. It's not there. It's non-existent. And it's shockingly bad. So let's move on. We've also got this. I mean, I called this the Harry Headbutt, where, I mean, what do you say? Well, I mean, this is just, to me, what I don't understand is Harry Maguire knows that Cristiano Ronaldo is behind him. Ronaldo's holding him. He's holding him right there. Who does he think's holding him? The missus? And then Harry decides that he's going to literally push himself off the centre-back or whoever's marking him. And then for headbutt Cristiano right in the mouth, which he probably cut his lip doing that. And then you've got Harry going, core blimey, what have I just hit? Ronaldo's going, you friggin' moron. And then by the time the ball comes in, I mean, Ronaldo's probably concussed anyway. So it's all tits up, isn't it? It really is just an absolute mess. Let's continue scrolling. And then you've got Marcus Rashford, who he came on and... You know what? I'm actually going to type in Rashford right now, just to see what pops up and what people are saying about him. And, you know, I feel bad for Rashi because we know what the guy's capable of, but it's got to the point now where the guy's lost every ounce of confidence. Everything about his game is gone. He can't even pass the ball. We used to see him take on players and create chances and actually hit the target, pick up assists. I really, really have no clue what's happened to him. It's mental. Let's have a look. Bruno, Maguire, Rashford are the most important to shift first. Why would you want to get rid of Bruno? I don't understand this thing about Bruno Fernandes. People realize that if we lost Bruno Fernandes, he still creates a lot of chances for us. He's still more than most players can pick out a pass. So I don't know why people want to, you know, shaft him. No, Maguire and Rashford, fine. Totally understand. But Bruno, I don't get the logic behind it. He's had a few bad games, but name a Manchester United player that hasn't. What else do we have down here? People saying Rashford deserves racial abuse. No, he doesn't. I mean, that's not right. I don't understand that either. The world's mental, isn't it? I mean, I know people have a bad game and people get really frustrated, but I would never, ever start pulling out a race card. Nothing to do with race. I don't care what race you are. You've got a job to do. Go on the field, play football, and win matches. Simple as that. What else do we have? something about Cavani here. But then in the most important game, why not start Cavani? Why not take Maguire out? Why not start Pogba? Why even use Rashford? Yeah, I didn't understand the whole thing of taking Elanga off yesterday and bringing Rashford on. I did think Pogba should have started. Maguire will always start for some reason, just because he's the captain. It's almost like, you know, Ralph Rangnick. I know he's not the official manager, but I know he doesn't want to upset players. Which, if he does start dropping a lot of players, it's going to make things worse. And that's the problem with this club. I feel like we just have a bunch of crybabies playing for us now. Oh, if you don't start, then I want to leave. Instead of just improving your game and trying to gain the manager's trust, you just want to leave. I think that's what's happened to Lingard. He's given up because he's not playing anymore. But you're not putting a shift in when you put on the field. I know, sorry, it's just me ranting in this video, but there we are. I mean, Edison Cavani, no offense to Cavani, but he doesn't want to play half the time. He has a little knock and he's gone for 2-3 weeks, and all you see is him sitting on the beach. You know, when Ronaldo wants to play, Cavani doesn't. So, I know they're saying put Cavani on, but I haven't seen a good performance from Cavani in a long time because he hasn't been playing. Doesn't want to. Who's this? You've got a whole list of players. I mean, Harry Maguire, Phil Jones, Wan-Bissaka. Got Lingard, Pogba, Rashford, Cavani, Telles, Shaw, Matic, Mata, Fred, Bay. But, you know, Fred, to be fair, and he pulled off a blinding skill move yesterday or the other day. You know, he still works and he still looks like he wants to play for the team. Players that don't want to play for the team, where they've got their head up their arse, that's the players you want to get rid of. What else we got? Let's have a look. You know, we should just go to photos, to be honest. Photos will be a lot more fun. We got Rashford under Moyes. Don't plan to succeed, work to succeed. Now we've got Rashford writing apology letters for all the Man United players. Yeah, they're not doing any of that. The Rashford that turned up. Wehey. Marcus Rashford, he's Manc born and bred. This stupid Muriel gets funnier after Rashford's disaster class. That's why I feel bad for Rashford. I really want him to get back to the way he was playing, but there's clearly something wrong with him, a deep underlying that we don't know about. But you still can't let him get away with it. Maguire and Rashford right here. Would you take Marcus Rashford at Arsenal? I think most people will know the answer. And then you've got one about Cristiano Ronaldo there. Obviously, that was the thing we saw before. That was that one. Yeah, there's so many things lurking about. I'm sure that the likes of Carragher and Micah Richards will be laughing at Man United. Elanga's been brilliant. Like, that's the type of player that I really like seeing play. A player that seems fearless right now, almost like the old Rashford that we used to see. Tacking players, not afraid to lose possession because he'll work to win it back, and not afraid to attack players and create chances, have shots. Yeah, he should have stayed on yesterday. I feel like we would have created a lot more. Manchester United fan has created a brutal video of Bruno Fernandes' disaster class. Yeah, I know, he didn't play well. Is it worth selling him just because of that? No, but I think the thing about Bruno, another player that when it's not going his way, it just gets worse and worse for him. And then when it is going his way, then you start seeing a different side of Bruno Fernandes. What's next for Manchester United? Right now, this is what's next, okay? We're not going to get top four at this rate. I can't see Arsenal, who are in great form, dropping so many points with so many games in hand. I know they've got the likes of Liverpool. I think they've got even Aston Villa could be a tough game for them. Crystal Palace are a pain. But we've still got to play the pool. We've still got to play Arsenal, I believe. There's a few other teams that could still give us problems. I can't see us getting top four. So if that happens, I really don't know what's going to happen in the summer. Cristiano Ronaldo may leave because he's going to want to play European football and Champions League, not Europa League. There are a lot of players that need to go. Harry Maguire, is he going to be sold? Probably not. I can't see anyone forking over the cash for him. Why? Because he's had a disastrous season. You know, Rashford, are you going to be able to sell him? Probably not. And that's probably the problem we have, is not even, it's not selling players, it's trying to sell them, because who's going to want to buy them? You know? Would you buy an old banger that barely runs? No, you wouldn't. You try and buy something nice and new, or at least used, and it works. Maguire and Rashford don't work right now. So, yeah, we try and get to the end of the season, and we try and get top four. Can't see it happening, but knock on wood, it hopefully does. And if that happens, then we can try and bring in players. But yeah, if we don't get European football and Champions League, it's a knock-on effect. We're going to probably miss out on picking up certain players that we want, trying to get managers to come in that maybe don't want to be managing a team that's not playing in the Champions League. You're losing out on revenue. It's all over the place. So yeah, we try in the summertime to really, really rebuild this team. And I'm talking about a complete smash in the face for a lot of these players. Ralph Rangnick needs to bring in a manager if he's going to pick someone. I don't know who he's picking or the board's picking. Whoever's going to pick the manager. And wherever Ralph Rangnick goes, there just needs to be a foundation and a game plan that they have to stick with. But I've really just lost hope in any Man United performance. That's what I told my brother yesterday, my brother was really actually quite upset losing to Atletico Madrid because he can't stand them. Just because of the whole antics of, crying on the floor and all that. But I told him, like, Dan, you've got to lower expectations, mate. Every time I watch Man United now, I don't get that annoyed because I expect it. Which is terrible because, you look when Sir Alex Ferguson was there, our standards have dropped so much. It's probably one of the biggest drop-offs in the history of football. It really is. When you look at Man United, where they used to be and where we are now. Shocking. Cristiano Ronaldo is blasted by Spanish media for disappearing. Well, you can't really say that. Where was Lionel Messi with PSG? The whole Ronaldo-Messi thing. Of course Ronaldo went missing. The whole team did at times. Ronaldo was trying to drop off deep. We went a goal down against a team that is very good at shutting up shop. The chances of us really scoring after we conceded were very slim. We had our moments, but it was going to be very difficult. Someone like Cristiano, he is 37. He hasn't got the legs to keep going and going and going. You've got to play to his strengths, but hard to do that when you've got 11 players behind the ball. Arsenal and Man United aren't just competing for 4th place in the Premier League. No, making, contract proposals? Oh, to the defenders. But anyway, folks, we're going to leave it there. That's enough ranting and raving about this shambolic team. You leave your thoughts below, but it continues to just get worse for us. And we'll finish off here with Harry Maguire has endured a frustrating season at Manchester United, and his role as captain has come under question. Yes, it's been under question all season, but it hasn't changed. I don't think there's any point at the moment of changing the captaincy. It's not going to do anything. We're too far in the season now. Just get to the end of the season and move on. And there it is, folks. This is what we are dealing with right now. No FA Cup, no Carabao Cup, no Champions League. I'm probably going to finish 5th, maybe 6th, 4th if some sort of a miracle happens. Anyway, we'll be back shortly with Master League. Apologies, folks. I will get back to it, but life is busy. But once we do, we'll be back with a bang. And we'll try and win some matches because why not? Let's do it virtually instead of in the real world. Till next time, subscribe for more and take care.